Hey Diddy and Dixie Kong, I know what you did last summer. Well, not last summer. Many summers ago. And not summer so much as late autumn. Well, it was almost summer in the southern hemisphere, especially if we count the US release date, which nobody ever does because nobody remembers the important details like me. Yeah, Diddy and Dixie, I know what you did. Murder. I mean, birder. One of K. Rool's top lieutenants in the Kremlin crew, Krow served in Rool's naval forces on the Gangplank Galleon, stationed as permanent lookout in the Crow's Nest. I wonder who worked on the poop deck. But more than just a glorified pair of eyes, Krow also helped incubate the next generation of Neckies, the vulture species native to Crocodile Isle that were entwined with the Kremlin crew. It's unclear just how ranks work in the crew, especially when it comes to the non-Kremlin species, but Krow probably isn't as highly ranked as Master Neckie or Master Neckie Senior. Long neck tubes are a sign of dominance in the vulture world. I know because I updated Donkey Kong Wiki this morning. Hold on. While visiting Donkey Kong Wiki, I've learned that Fire Neckie, from off of DK King of Swing, is the boss of the Neckies. So, fire beats tube, which beats tri-corner hat. But what about this idiot? How important is he? Hey buddy, do you want to be in my Neckie video? Crow's Nest could be seen in Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Land. Sort of. But it was properly visited as the boss stage of the Gangplank Galleon, the first world of 1995's Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. While extremely basic, it was arguably one of the most complex boss battles in the Donkey Kong series up until that point, due to boss battles in the Donkey Kong series up until that point being terrible. But instead of bouncing on Crow's head, Diddy and Dixie threw back the Neckie eggs Krow himself was throwing at them, which would be a little like a security guard at a maternity ward chucking newborns at intruders. Finally, after 4 eggs, Krow was no mo. Look at him wiggling on the ground. Aw, he'll be okay. Right, Game Boy Advance remake of Donkey Kong Country 2? Oh. Even if it wasn't made first clear in the Super Nintendo original, Crow's fate was confirmed by the time the duo got to the end of Gloomy Gulch, the spooky world, where they encountered creepy Krow in the remnants of an old Kremlin galleon that had somehow gotten blown up to the upper regions of Crocodile Isle. Krow was dead, and its ghost was back for revenge. This was the first time it was canonically confirmed that the Kongs killed someone in their adventures, since, up until this point, you could hand-wave away any defeat as simply knocking the baddies out. Right, Clump? Clump? Interestingly, in the build of the game from the summer of '95, the gloomier aesthetics of the creepy Krow fight seem to have been in play during the first encounter, as seen in early footage and screenshots from Nintendo Power magazine. Maybe they wanted a greater contrast between the Krow with his whole life in front of him and the Krow with it firmly behind. Or was it that simple? Because while most recountings would say this dissipating defeat was the end of Krow's story, he had a whole other appearance in 1996's Donkey Kong Land 2. Now, Donkey Kong Land 2 is the only DKL game to just repeat the basic plot of its country counterpart. Donkey Kong Land was a meta challenge by Cranky to get back the banana horde on the Game Boy, and featured entirely new worlds and archetypes. While Donkey Kong Land 3 was about a contest to find another lost world in the Northern Hemisphere, and the perils of toxic masculinity, and Roman numerals, or something. Donkey Kong Land 2's plot was just Donkey Kong gets kidnapped and taken to Crocodile Isle. But because of its place in a trilogy full of otherwise new adventures, and several cosmetic clues. DK Vine's stance is that Donkey Kong Land 2 is actually a separate story that just repeats the events of DKC 2. K. Rool comes back after 9 months, uses arcane Kremling magic to raise what's left of Crocodile Isle, and tries to get a mulligan on an utterly catastrophic defeat that threatened his power. But when shepherding his scattered and depleted Kremling crew forces, he must have brought Krow back to life? Now hold on! Before you turn off this video in disgust and go watch the verified facts of Did You Know Gaming, there's a built-in plausibility to this, since K. Rool did spend a significant amount of time baking in the Kremling source, the mystical earth energy and source of all Kremling life, and maybe even had some residual energy inside of him. Enough to say, build Krow a body! Since one DKC2 boss, Cudgel, didn't come back in Donkey Kong Land 2, it could even be surmised that K. Rool didn't bring Cudgel back to life, enraging his brother Clubba and hastening the divide in the Kremling ranks that set up DKC 3, where K. Rool had to hide behind his puppet ruler, Chaos. Hey Donkey Kong Wiki, this is good shit.
Why don't I edit some articles for you?
When Krow returned for the Creepy Krow fight in Donkey Kong Land 2, he wasn't a ghost. While this is surely due to the limited color palette of the Game Boy, and worries about making a somewhat translucent Krow illegible on the muddy screen, it also means he never became a ghost in Donkey Kong Land 2. Meaning, canonically, he's still alive. Meaning that his entire journey and this entire video have been rendered meaningless. Thanks for watching!